I got to tell you, I am a little bit nervous. You'd think that after being in the ministry for 22, 23 years, preaching thousands of sermons to probably thousands of people over that time, doing various speaking engagements and things like that over the past couple of decades, that I'd be used to this kind of thing. But I just got to be honest, my heart is pounding out of my chest right now. So, but I found out lately that this is a great way to connect with people, and so I guess we're live, and I'm going to give this a shot. So we'll see what becomes of it, and I hope to do this better and better as I get more experience. Um, it occurred to me a while ago, several years ago, that so much of what I teach to couples when we're in therapy together is really stuff that most people learn at their mother's knee. I mean, unless you grow up in a totally dysfunctional kind of environment, which I know some people do. But for the most part, what do you learn at your mother's knee when you're growing up? Be nice. If you can't be nice, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. In the context of couples counseling, that means wait to talk to your partner when you're upset until you can talk to them in a nice way, or until you can control your negative emotion to some reasonable degree, right? I mean, that seems like common sense. It's stuff we learned when we were little kids, right? How about the idea that most of us learned from our parents growing up? People like to not have their feelings hurt. People like to feel heard and understood. How about people like it when other people are nice to them and speak respectfully and kind of warmly to them, or demonstrate respect for their feelings and opinions? I mean, this is so much of this stuff, about improving our intimate relationships is so basic, right? It really is, but somehow we get into an intimate relationship, and then we put our best foot forward at first, uh, and then what happens over time is we kind of get more comfortable. And unfortunately, really, getting more comfortable oftentimes equates to, well, I'm just going to say whatever jumps into my head in whatever way it occurs to me. And, that pretty quickly gets us further and further away from those basic tenets of kindness, warmth, respect, treating other people the way you want people to treat you. And pretty soon we're just saying things to our intimate partners that we would never say to our boss or to a friend. It's really amazing how that happens. So today I want to share with you one of the most important things you can do to improve your intimate relationship. And it's such a basic thing. We have 40 years of research telling us now that one of the seven most important things you need to do in order to have a healthy relationship is to create an environment of kindness and appreciation. I mean, not exactly like a mind blowing revelation, is it? I mean, it seems like common sense. But we also know that couples who are struggling miss up to like 50% of the positive things that the other person is doing. 50%. I mean, you end up just not seeing a lot of the good things that your partner is doing because there's a lot of water under the bridge, a lot of hurt feelings. And so you get to where you're kind of expecting bad things, or you kind of think that your partner maybe is, maybe not a great person, or you almost expect bad things from them. And you know what? It really is true that we see what it is that we are looking to see. So couples in really good, solid, healthy relationships are looking for positive things. They're looking to catch their partner doing positive and right things frequently. It's just something they're kind of always sort of scanning the environment and looking for ways that they can praise and build up their partner. Right now, sometimes I tell couples this, and one or the other will say to me, well, why should I thank my partner for doing things that they should be doing anyway? Right? So we actually look for ways to defend not being grateful and thankful and appreciative of our partner. Like we actually withhold kindness and appreciation and gratitude and thanks from our partner, and we defend it. by saying, oh, well, they should be doing it anyway. How's that ever going to create an environment that anyone wants to be in? I mean, I don't want to hang around with people who are, just anytime that I do anything for them, you're like, well, people are supposed to be nice, so why thank them? I mean, if you loaned $30 to somebody and they didn't thank you and their attitude was like, well, you're supposed to help people, you're supposed to be nice. I mean, that wouldn't make sense, would it? So of course, the things that your partner is doing in the relationship that are good things, whether it's helping with the dishes, dropping the kids off someplace, doing something, outside the house, running errands. I mean, all of those things are opportunities to show appreciation and gratitude. And if we just kind of get stuck in this pattern when we say, well, they're supposed to do that anyway, why should I thank them? um, that's just going to keep this environment that you're in the relationship something that just doesn't feel good. I mean, it wouldn't feel good to be in that environment, right? No wonder it gets really difficult, right? Being in certain relationships. So really, instead of that, well, why should I thank my partner for things they should be doing? It really should be just the opposite, right? Instead of thinking, oh, I don't need to appreciate or thank my partner for things they should be doing anyway. Instead, try thinking, well, people like to be appreciated and thanked for things. That makes people feel good, and people like feeling good. I like feeling good. You like feeling good, and your partner likes feeling good. So think to yourself, instead of not thanking them because they should be doing certain things, instead try and think, I'm going to begin looking for as many opportunities as possible to express my gratitude to my partner, even in very mundane ways. I really appreciated that, that after we had our snack last night, you got up and took your dishes to the sink, right? Or I really appreciated that you picked the kids up after, school today. That was a huge favor for me, and it really meant a lot to me. I really needed the break. I mean, why not? Why not? Now this research that this is based on that tells us how important this stuff is was research really that compared thriving, happy couples to couples that were really struggling and looked for differences between the ways they treated each other. So what I'm talking about here, yeah, it's stuff that a lot of us learn at our mother's knee, learn when we're toddlers, but it isn't just some kind of cheap cliche like, well, be nice, right? It's got some real weight behind it. And this is just one of like 7 things that happy couples do that unhappy couples, struggling couples don't do or don't do nearly as often, right? It's like, and seriously, I mean, the difference is huge. It's almost like, I can't remember the numbers exactly, but it's like couples that are in connected, happy relationships, when their partner does something good, the other person notices and responds, right, in a positive way, like 85% of the time. And that's closer to like 30 some percent among couples that are struggling, right? So, I mean, which relationship is going to be the best one for people to be in that's going to make people feel the best, right? So, this is just based on really good research. So if you had just gone bankrupt and needed advice about money, whose advice would you follow? A family friend who made $1 million, or say your Uncle Gus, who's been bankrupt 5 times before and is climbing out of bankruptcy at this moment? If you were wise, you'd listen to the millionaire who has a track record of knowing what to do with money. It'd be like, the wise thing is to do what that person does, right? Because they've been there, they know. And in the same way, if you want to improve your marriage or your intimate relationship, you're wise to do what people do who've attained a high degree of kind of closeness and connection in their intimate relationships. So that's really it for today, folks. Like I said, this is my first Facebook Live, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I am going to find a way to link to an article in the Atlantic that talks more about the importance of what we're talking about here, going out of your way to create that environment of kindness and appreciation in your relationship. Now, no matter what your partner is doing, if you decide starting today that you're going to begin noticing and you're going to begin thanking and appreciating and being upfront about expressing gratitude and kindness. I mean, it won't take very long probably before your partner starts feeling that and really noticing it, and it will probably begin to have positive effects on the relationship. Okay, so that's it for today. First Facebook Live in the can. I will be doing more of these, so I'll see you around. Don't forget to check out my website at davidflowerstherapy.com and follow me on my blog there or one or more of the social media channels that are linked there. And maybe subscribe to my blog if you want to. Really good spending this time with you, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon.